Hi, fire signs. This is a general reading for the fire signs. If you have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. Let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. I do like to start the reading with a nice smudge to cleanse the space. Three chimes to bring in positive energy. This is a general reading for the fire signs. If you have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the fire signs. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. I do look at the sun placement, the moon placement, and the other planetary placements and the energy that is surrounding the fire signs at this time. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. I think that tarot and astrology, reading your horoscope, I think that those are wonderful ways to practice using your intuition. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the fire signs. What would you like the fire signs to know or to be aware of during or for this reading? Thank you. A lot of swords, a lot of positive energy. You are in the energy, the fire signs are in the energy of second chances, things coming back around. And the things that are coming back around have a positive energy. And let's see how that plays into the rest of this reading. If at any time during this reading you do have a question, please do write that in the comment section, and I will be very happy to help you find an answer or reach clarity on that question to the best of my ability. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Hi, Sandy. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. This is a general reading for the fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. If you have any of those signs in your birth chart, this is your reading, Sandy. If at any time during the reading you have a question, please do write that in the comment section, and I will be very happy to help you find clarity on that or verify or trust your intuition. During my readings, I do try to encourage the listeners to trust their intuition and learn to use their intuition. And many times when we're referring to the tarot or we're referring to astrology or our horoscope, many times we are looking just to verify what we already know. And Sandy, thank you very much for tuning in. I really do appreciate that. Hi, Misty. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive tarot reader. This tarot reading is for the fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. If you have any of those signs in your birth chart, this is your reading. If at any time during this reading you have a question, please do write that in the comments section, and I would be very happy to help you find an answer to or find clarity on that question. I am on a little bit of a time lag here. So if you do write a question in the comment box, just go ahead and be patient with me while I reply. Again, for that time lag, sometimes it takes a little bit. Well, I'm so glad to hear that you are a Leo, Misty. This tarot reading is definitely for you. And so, how I usually break down my readings is when we look at this first row, when we look at this top row, we'll be looking at your public life, your professional life. This second row is your home life, your personal life. And this third row is messages from Spirit. What would Spirit like you to take away from this reading? Again, if at any time during this reading you do have a question, write that in the comment section and I will be very happy to help you find clarity. And the foundation, the basis of this reading is the Six of Wands. And this is the victory card, but it's the victory card of winning the crowd. It's like a group victory where you are receiving the support of those that you are working with or that are surrounding you at this time. Hi, Miranda. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. If you have any questions during this reading, please just write those in the comment section. This is a general reading for the fire signs of Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And that Six of Wands is forced or backed by the Three of Wands, looking towards the future. And so the wands in tarot represents fire, and you are a fire sign, so I do appreciate that. And as a fire sign, you're about the divine spark. You are the ones that, hi Bryce. Oh, and another fellow Leo. Wow, this might end up just being a Leo reading this evening. And so, again, yes. Wow, a lot of Leos in the house tonight. A lot of fire coming up in the a lot of fire coming up in the wands, a lot of fire coming up in with the Leos. And so the fire, the wand in tarot represents the powerful spark within, our divine spark, our passions, our desires, the light of our soul. It's okay. Thank you, Miss Kia. I will definitely try to remember that. I will have to confess straight up, I am awful with names. And so a lot of times I'm like, oh yeah, the Leo. But I have multiple Leos here this evening, so we'll try to keep those Leos straight. And so we are getting you have or will gain the support that you are needing to follow your life's path. What it is, the essence of your purpose here in this life or on this planet. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your reading this week, fire signs. And I love in your public life, we start off with the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is really about emotional and spiritual fulfillment. Working on something not only that has you following your passions, your heart's desires, but it's also bringing you a fulfillment. And that is followed by the King of Swords, which when I see this card, I think of contracts. I think of agreements. And then that is followed by the Judgment card. And we could also even call this the Resurrection card. And I will have to admit that when I had this reading on scheduled. And when I went to start recording, or I went to go live, my camera was reversed. So all I got was a white background and I couldn't get it to reverse. And so I had to cancel that reading and start the reading over again in order for me to have the right focus or the zoom on the reading. But your initial reading title was, let me see if I can, was second chances. And these are the good types of second chances. There's a big change that is coming into your life that is the result of a second chance. And I love that I have gotten that title right. As we see with that Judgment card, it's about something from the past coming back. And whatever it is from the past involved a contract, either a verbal contract or a written contract, or it could have even been a perceived contract. And that is followed by the Three of Pentacles, which is again the crowd. So we have the crowd in the 6, we have the crowd in the 3, but here in this Three of Pentacles, we have you in the spotlight. We have you, you're the one that is taking the initiative. You are the one that is inspiring or leading others. There is a job offer or a promotion that is coming in for you. And this job offer, this promotion, or maybe even a new project, but this new offer that is coming into you is there. Thank you, Spirit. There's an opportunity for you to receive more income. And so I think the original offer that they're going to offer you is going to be more income than you're currently making, but they are willing to offer you more than the initial offer. Does that make sense? Sometimes I feel like I'm just getting a little bit rambly, but so it's like Spirit is saying negotiate for a higher price. They are coming in nicely with a good offer, but they're willing to pay more. And it sounds like your new employer, yeah, they're willing to pay more than they're initially offering. And you may have even felt or be feeling like you've missed something. And I think that that's why we have this Judgment and this, like, you missed this in the past and it's coming back around. Maybe you've applied for a job, or you've applied for a promotion, or you've applied for something and you just felt like they never got back to you, like it fell through. And now it's coming back around. This offer that is coming in is coming back around. It's something that you feel like you've missed out on before. It may be that you applied for multiple positions at one time, and this was the position that you really were interested in, that you really did want, but it didn't come through in time, and so you picked like a second or third option. And now that first option is coming back around. Leo, what is meant for you will always find a way to you. And what is not meant for you will always find a way out of your life. That's a wonderful thing about the universe. Never feel like we've missed an opportunity. I kind of get that feeling that it's kind of feeling like a missed opportunity, but it's not. What is meant for you will always find a way to you. And I see that that is what is at play here for you. And then in your private life, in your personal life, we start off with the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups, I like to call my a lot card. If we look closer at what is going on, each one of these cups is filled with something. And then we can also see the busyness, the chaos of the background that the cups are set against. And it's like there's almost so much going on that it's just too much. It's just a lot. And then we see ourselves getting lost, as is representative here by the shadow, which is our shadow self. It's like we're so busy in things, there's just so much going on that we've lost ourselves. Followed by the Page of Swords. Words. Hi, Callie. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. If at any time during this reading you have a question, please do write that in the comment section. This is a general reading for the fire signs. If you have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. If you have a question, write that in the comment section, and I will do my best to help you find clarity. And so the Page of Swords, it's like young, inexperienced words. Words that are spoken before having the whole story, or words that are spoken before having clarity. Okay. If you know, you know. Is my missus cheating on me? And, many times, if you know, that is your answer. I do get that question quite frequently. And trust your intuition. What is your heart saying? What is your intuition saying about that cheating? And has your missus done anything in the past that you would question their actions, or have they cheated on you in the past? That might be why, because we're looking at a lot. Thank you, Callie. You need an answer, and okay. Yes. Yes, I would be very happy to pull a card. If you know, you know, is their missus cheating on them? Yes or no? And so there's different levels of cheating. And honestly, some of that is going to have to do with the level, or to what degree do you think someone is cheating. For some, it would just be texting another. For others, okay, yes. I like that. If you need an answer to ask, thank you, Shaylee. And one card. And let's see. And so, if you know when you know, what is your first thought when you see this card? And that is your answer. But I do like Lee's. If you feel that your relationship is worth saving, if you feel that your partner is trustworthy enough to ask, do ask and do start the conversation. And if you receive an open, honest answer, that is letting you know that your partner is wanting to work through whatever the situation is at this time. But again, when you see this Tower card, what is your initial thought? What is your initial reaction? And does this card match with what your intuition is telling you? Thank you, Spirit. Messages. Oh, look, and we have this card. Here we go. And so, again, there's inexperienced words, words that are spoken before completely planning out. It's just inexperienced words. And then that is followed by the Knight of Swords, which is really rushing in too soon, rushing in too quickly. There's someone that is rushing in too soon, rushing in too quickly, with a lot of thoughts, a lot of information, and with all of the words and all of the information that they are sharing, it's very difficult to sort through. It's difficult to sort through because they're not well thought out words. And sometimes, we'll be saying things or thinking things just off the top of our head, and they're not making sense. And it looks like there's a lot of words that are coming in that are not making sense, that Source is asking you to take a step back and think and consider over. There may be disagreements over money, and really, it's not disagreements over money. It's disagreements. Yes, there are some people that, yes, they start speaking and chattering and they do upset us. That is true. And Source is saying, let's not get upset, Shaylee. Let's take a time and really think things through and really process the information that is coming to us. And again, I do believe that some of these disagreements, while it may appear that they're about money, it's really not about money. It's about core beliefs and core boundaries. And there's a need here to set up boundaries. And I know that setting up boundaries can be difficult, especially if it's something that is new for us. And sometimes, as we're setting up boundaries to protect ourselves and to give ourselves time to process all of these words and actions that are coming in, sometimes as we're setting up boundaries, we can come across as rude, or we can come across as argumentative. But I don't think that that is the case here. Yes, there are some people, and when people like that come into my life, I like to think, well, at least now I know that they're not my people. Yes, at least now I know that they're not my people. And I do try to distance myself from people like that. Initially, I like to think that we all like to give people a chance and we all like to put ourselves out there. But we also, again, need to have those boundaries and we need to be able to protect ourselves. And so, again, I don't think that that is the case here. I don't think that you're being argumentative. And quite possibly, if someone is telling you that you're being argumentative, I think that that is a ploy on their part to control you or to get you to change your actions. And do stay with and maintain your boundaries here. Maybe some of this disagreement. Yes. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And here, when I think of the wands during a tarot, during a reading, especially as they're coming, it's just there's a lot of words. And someone is trying to use words to blind or confuse. And because we're feeling blinded or we're feeling confused, it's causing us to be stuck. And many times, when there's that confusion of words, there's that play on words when someone is trying to misrepresent or confuse us with words. My grandma always used to say that actions speak louder than words. It's almost like in my mind's eye or in my ears, I can turn my ears off. I'll turn my ears off and not listen to a thing that they have to say and watch their actions and let their actions tell me what is going on here. And I believe that that is the case here too, that we need to let the actions speak louder than words. And then that is followed by the Five of Wands, which is the practice, the getting ready to be ready. This is a time for the fire signs to get ready to practice manifestation. I like to call the Empress card the ultimate manifestation. And if we can see, she is in the garden and she is surrounded by, that's the universe in her crown. She has her shield there that she feels very shielded, very protected, that she's put down. And she's covered in a robe of roses. And roses in the tarot can represent love and care, kind of like the Mother Mary. And we can also see that she is very fertile, followed by the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is really about focusing in on the task at hand and not letting the outside world influence us. It's almost like here, someone is trying to confuse you, someone is trying to put you off of your game. Source is saying, practice, be ready to protect yourself. And I believe that's protect yourself with boundaries. And when we protect ourselves with those boundaries, that's when we start to manifest and we start to see our goals begin to take form, begin to take shape. And as what it is that we're wanting to create starts to manifest, we need to stay focused on the task at hand and not let these outside influences throw us off of our game. You have been making very positive lifestyle changes. And those changes have created extra expenses. But now that the changes have occurred, those expenses will start to die down and actually start to relax. Many times, as we're setting our intentions, we create our reality by setting our intentions. And I know that that is difficult. And most of us simply accept without thought what the world presents to us. What the world presents to us. When we question what is being presented to us, we expand and we grow. Maybe for example, maybe as a child, we heard our parents or we heard adults in our lives say that there's never enough money. And now, as we are an adult and as we grow, we still have that thought. We still have that in our reality that there's never enough money. When in fact, that is not true. And we can reprogram our reality by reprogramming our thoughts. And that is the message that I have for the fire signs. Did anyone have a question that they would like to ask before I end the reading? Or are you looking for any clarity on any of the cards that are here on the table? Thank you, Shaylee. What is your question? I do also invite you to watch the pre-recorded Leo reading. Many times, this reading is designed to go with your personal pre-recorded one-on-one readings. But yes, what is your question, Shaylee? Okay. Thank you, Shaylee. And how is Shaylee's love life going to go over the next few months? I see someone new coming in, someone new, someone young that is you're going to appreciate each other. That if we just look, that's the Page of Pentacles represents a youth, a young youth. And I do believe that they are going to show you a great deal of appreciation. Thank you, Shaylee. I do hope that you tune in again next week for your reading. And I do invite you maybe to tune in Sunday night for my free-for-all for all zodiac signs and your pre-recorded reading as well. Thank you. You have a blessed week.